What do you reckon, Adam?
Oh, I'm optimistic, mate. I'm going 3-2 United. This one.
I just have no idea. The form would say City should win, but the form over the last 2 seasons has said City should win, and they haven't.
Yeah.
I just want to. I've been here since 5 o'clock, and it was since I turned on, and I listened to 10 full minutes. First of all, of Gary Neville.
Yeah.
So hardly. There was a cross from City from De Bruyne. 10 whole minutes, and then it flicks across to Roy Keane. Great. So we get to 13 minutes, and we've had Gary Neville and Roy Keane. Then we have Ole Solskjaer, and finally we have Pep Guardiola at minute 16 for 2 minutes, and then they flick on to Micah Richards for only 4 minutes, and then suddenly Roy Keane's back on the scene again. So in half an hour, if you look at, you when you analyse the game and you look at the possession, well, the biased commentaries United, I would anticipate at 80% possession in the half an hour before the game, courtesy of Sky Sports. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm guessing. I haven't actually seen the build-up. Have we got Richards in the studio for City today?
Yeah, looking dapper.
Yeah. Oh, he always looks dapper. Always.
He's really eloquent, and he said Kevin De Bruyne plays like Beckham, but crosses it lower through the corridor of uncertainty. I loved it. I bet he's practiced that. I bet he's thought of a phrase. So De Bruyne crosses like Beckham, but lower, right into the corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah.
To me, there was half an hour talk. Gary Neville and a bit of Pep, a bit of Guardiola, a bit of Solskjaer, a load of Roy Keane, and then Micah Richards says he crosses it lower than Beckham into the corridor of uncertainty.
He reminds me of if you're going to compare him to a United player, he reminds me of Paul Scholes. He's got that he's got that vision. The way he crosses, Paul Scholes always went low and hard into the box. He does remind me of that sort of player. It's not just the hair colour. It is about the way he plays.
I get it. And against Lindelof and Maguire, that's what you want. If you're going to try and cross it in the air to Gabriel Jesus against those two, and Gabriel Jesus and Sterling against those two in the air, forget it. We'll be here all week.
Well, I don't know. On the evidence, I don't think it matters if it's in the air or not, mate. Against them two, you're going to get some luck.
A lovely outside of the foot. He was down the left there, hit it on the outside of his right foot into the path.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a little far behind on mine.
And the prize for teams that expect to very least to be in the top 4 is the place.
You're on Sky, yeah?
Yeah. I've got Now TV. I've got Now TV, so normally
I'm on that. So
okay.
De Gea just kicked it to Lindelof.
Yeah, I'm not on that bit yet.
Okay. McTominay's just passed it to Fred to Lindelof. Little triangle back down the same.
Okay. Responsibility to come back away from home, but it's been wretched.
I must be about 25 seconds behind you.
That could prove interesting later on in the game. There's a bit of a knock there. Fred's gone down, holding his side. Someone's giving him a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm not
into him. Nothing more than in the, Kevin De Bruyne's hip in the wrong place, a bit higher up. He's a bit taller. De Bruyne's hit Fred in the kind of just midriff kidney kind of area. But what's a really choice is Laporte on the bench, John Stones on the pitch. I mean, Laporte is a fantastic player. Redemption for John Scholes. I've got a theory. Here's my theory. I think Pep and the board want to sell John Scholes for maximum money in January. Arsenal will be desperate. And if they give him a few games, there could be 10 million extra money. It's just a thought.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there must be some sort of injury issue with Laporte for him to keep him out. There must be a doubt somewhere.
I don't know. Pep is playing the man in form. But your worry is, I mean, someone like Laporte, you don't want to piss him off. He is a world-class defender. Unless, who's the French manager? Didier Deschamps?
Yeah.
Unless you're Didier Deschamps, who's blind and stupid, then he's a world-class defender. Mind you, when you've got a president like Macron, who's handling Brexit like there's only one country in the world, France, and it's hardly surprising you've got an international manager who doesn't pick Laporte. Imagine if Macron was managing French football team, he wouldn't pick him either.
Yeah.
So controversial, bit of politics in there.
Yeah, well, so what do you think of the City lineup then? Because I noticed there's no Aguero today, and not even in the squad, is he?
Oh, just the ball ran away from Sterling. I think it's a good. Lineup. I think playing Fernandinho and Rodri, that means we've got a much more muscular team. They'll be into interception. But Greenwood and Rashford are good. So with Rodri and Fernandinho, let's hope they won't get runners. Actually, it was interesting in the United team. I really rate Martial, and I was super happy to see him on the bench.
Yeah.
What do you think of the United team?
I think it was expected from Ollie. He's playing out the two defensive midfielders again, isn't he? That McTominay and Fred seem to work in certain games like this. It has proved it, but he tried these two defensive midfielders with 5 at the back, didn't he, midweek, and it didn't pay off. So I'm hoping he's got something a bit more tactical up his sleeve rather than just sit back, soak up the pressure, and hit you on the break. But the lineup, I think
that's a good interception by Cancelo, and I'm pleased he's playing on the left because I don't rate Mendy.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit scrappy at the moment. There's no one team with all the possession or anything.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can see this being a great game with like a 3-3 draw or a 3-2 win. I could just see it being a real dull 0-0 at the moment.
I wish Mahrez would get rid of the bloody gloves.
Laguna guys, City needs to win.
Mind you, Pogba's got his gloves on. What a surprise!
I think Laguna guy's a new subscriber. Welcome.
Fred's still holding his side there.
7 years they've met when that has been in the top 4.
It's all so exciting. It's bizarre not having any fans. It's so bizarre. We would have been hearing that crazy, stupid knick-knack paddywhack song by Man United by now.
Oh, I'm actually a season ticket holder. So
what's your favourite?
Pardon?
What's your favourite chant? Don't give me the knick-knack paddywhack.
No, I quite like the Martial song. You know the Martial one?
No.
Oh, I'm not singing this live on air. I'm not embarrassing myself like that. No, it's I got to be honest though. I'm a season ticket holder, but I haven't been to a Derby game probably. What's the last Derby game I went to? I think I refused to go to one since you beat us in 2002, 3-1.
Walker's just headed the ball up in the air.
I think Sean Goater scared me. If I'm
Isn't
honest.
he like Darren Fletcher reincarnated?
Who's that? McTominay?
Yeah, it kind of looks like him. He kind of plays like him. He's your random Scotsman. Hang on. Fernandez was free there.
That's what I mean. You need these sorts of players, don't you? Players like McTominay. City have got Liverpool have got players like Jordan Henderson. them sorts of players you need in your team. They do a job.
It's good for Scotland. I was cheering and yelling when Scotland got through. And
I think he scored the penalty as well, didn't he?
If you get that full 11 fit for Scotland, that'll be interesting. Oh, jeez! United nearly scored there. McTominay, the man we were talking about. There's breadth there.
I'm glad something's starting to happen.
Walker just didn't spot him. He just did not see him. Didn't follow. He's like blind. Walker stood there like a lemon. You know, he's just like stationary. Oh, gosh. That was the best chance of the game so far.
Oh, I'm just seeing it now.
Darren Fletcher nearly scored.
Jesus.
Well, he's his illegitimate child on the side, and somehow has been nurturing him for United.
Yeah. So we do have a couple of United fans joined on the show. As we go on, I think we got Hassan who's joining us second half. I think Errol's joining us the second half, and I think Shay might be joining us as well. So
I've just texted Errol, say keep the shop open later.
Yeah, you got to work later tonight.
Yeah, you're working late.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I've been looking forward to this game all week.
Yeah, me too. It's funny the tougher work is. You were talking off air about how hard work was at the moment. The tougher work, the more desperate you are for football at the weekend.
Definitely.
Work is always hard for me, and that's why I got a season ticket at Palace with the mates, my Crystal Palace mates down there. And the release on the Saturday afternoon, because Palace is like you stand at the Holmesdale end. It's like the Kippax and the United were years ago. They stand for the whole game. They chant, they cheer, they yell, they swear. It's like 1980s football. I love it. So you had a really tough, hard week at work. You have a couple of beers with the boys. You stand in the Holmesdale end, just behind the Ultras at Palace, and the world falls away. There's nothing like football that can do it for you. It's like the ultimate de-stress. It doesn't matter what's happened all week, anything. And you work Saturday morning, you literally leg it. One of the lads has got the beer lined up for you. It's about 1:45, and you leg it in there. You're knackered. You're absolutely wrecked and stressed from work, and they're starting to football, and you're halfway down to the first beer, and it's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
The world is right. All's right with the world again.
We had it through lockdown when the grassroots football was allowed to start again. I went back to playing Sunday football, and for just that hour and a half, you forget about what situation the world's in. You just forget, you switch off and you play, and it all feels normal for an hour and a half, and then you all go back to the pub together, and you have to split up into groups of 6. Really weird, but unfortunately, that's the world we live in at the moment.
You're right. And December, the Palace guys always have a Saturday when they do the 12 beers of Christmas, and it was scheduled for the 19th. And Palace are playing Liverpool that game, and we're going to base the whole day around 12 pubs. The Liverpool Palace somewhere in the beginning of that day, but it's not going to happen.
Is there going to be a sub here? As Fred looks done, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I'm really hoping
he's
not bringing on Matic, is he?
Matic only plays well 6 months before he wants a new contract. He's like the Sissoko of United. I need a new contract. Play well. I've got a new contract. I'll go back to being the same old donkey that was before.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see this. The guy in the comment right now. Bring on Van der Beek. That's Shane.
I'm not sure it's a day for Van der Beek. Not against Bernardino and Rodri. I think you need a bit more protection at back four. If I thought Maguire and particularly Lindelof were better defenders, I'd agree. But they're not. They need protection, big time. And Pogba gets caught out and doesn't track back. That would, bring him on. Bring Van der Beek on instead of Fred. Fantastic. This will win 3 or 4. Yeah, bring him on. No protection in front of the back four. Big holes where the two of them run forward and don't track back. Bring him on. Bring him on.
Well, I don't know. I think he would add to that quality.
Oh, yeah. Bring him on. Him and Pogba running forward, no tracking back. Connery, he'll be a dead man by half time if you bring him on. He'll have to. City certainly aren't dominating in the passing around game that they usually do. I have to say that.
No,
Yeah,
I was thinking that. Normally they're pushing for that first goal, and I'm not
bearing
seeing.
in mind United seem to get better in the last half an hour of every match.
I mean, I'm just happy, given United's last 3 games in the first half, that we haven't conceded yet. Could
So yeah. So at this moment in time, City are worse than Leipzig and West Ham, because by this stage, I think both teams had scored 2.
And Southampton.
And Southampton. Look, unless you can get 3 in the first half, you're not going to guarantee a win against United. And at the moment, 16 minutes. Actually, what does your clock say? 16:42 for me.
Yeah, 16:20.
No,
that's what I was saying then. I know I'm a little far behind you, but with Maguire, he's just
a beautiful move by United. Wan-Bissaka's legging it forward. That's the best, almost the best move of the game by United.
Yeah, the decision making by Maguire. I've just seen him.
Come on, Walker. That's a header to nowhere.
Yeah, Maguire's tried to shield a ball out to nowhere. He's on the edge of his 6-yard box and he doesn't know what is behind him. And he's just tried to shield it out, and luckily he's got away with it.
City are playing really ropey at the moment. Walker, I love him to pieces. He's great, but I don't know. He's having one of those games when his lack of intelligence shines through.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been a bit reserved about Walker.
He's a hell of an athlete. He's a heck of an athlete. Yeah. But sometimes he has a brain freeze. We've seen it for England and stuff. I know he stands there and his brain freezes.
Yeah.
Just crept out towards the edge of the 6-yard box and shot something on it. He could have embarrassed the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Shane here again.
Always been my favourite player for years.
Fernandinho.
Yeah, his interceptions and skills are fantastic. He is capable of doing something bloody stupid there, like getting sent off, but he's a god.
Oh. Yeah, so Man U are at home, but Pogba and the Scottish Darren Fletcher in a double pivot play Van der Beek from the left. That's what Shane's come back with. It could work, Shane. I mean, I'd be happy to give something else a risk rather than just play the same boring system that he likes to play.
Yeah, Darren Fletcher would have to drop right back in front of the back four, but he's got enough legs and energy. You know, the guy, he's, I don't know, I think he's more mobile than Henson. He's not as calm and considered with his passing, but he's definitely puts more beef in than Henson when you were comparing them.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what Darren Fletcher used to do, to be fair. He would be, particularly he always used to play really well in the Manchester derbies, I remember Fletcher. Under Ferguson, he would be like a player and a half.
Yeah, he's one of them players that he could be given one job and he'll stick to it to the letter, you know. He's a very good...
When I watched City in the middle of the week against Marseille, I could almost guess the team he'd put out today.
Yeah. Did he play Maguire in midweek though?
Sorry?
Did he play Aguero midweek? He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Oh no, he came on late. But the two players he did play were Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, and they're incredible runners, but also with great touch. And Fernandinho and Rodri, they're good players. They don't have the touch and guile of those two lads, but they have a bit more muscle. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Good move by City here. Oh, best move of the game for City, that, to be fair. Maguire got all 20 stone in front of that ball then. Great. Best move of the game. and Maguire puts his full, I reckon, 24 stone in front of him.
Like, come on, you Spurs. he just can't seem to score against United, can he, Raheem?
But you see, Maguire made himself big. Maybe he took that out as Michael's manual. I'm not as critical about Maguire. I actually like the guy, and I hope he plays for England in the Euros. I think he's been maligned. I knew it would be. When all that Greek stuff came out in the summer, if there'd been crowds, it would have been a good excuse to boo him every game, yeah? And it really got at him. And instead of the crowds doing it, I feel the commentators and people have got him. I just think he's always linked up with a pretty crap defensive partner and therefore exposed. He's a good player, like Pogba's a good player, but only if you get the right team around them.
Yeah, that's it. You need that system with these sorts of players, don't you? It's not like back in the day when you could stick anyone, you take anyone out of a Real Madrid team, stick them in any team, and they'd improve them, no matter what. You don't have that sort of player these days, and the last of that generation sort of whining out, I think.
He kind of that was a terrible ball by Rodri. He was like Pogba absolutely in there. That was Rodri's had 30 seconds of craziness. Here's one for you. Harry Maguire kind of reminds me of Steve Bruce in a way. And what he wants along with him is a Gary Pallister.
Mm.
You know, he's Bruce to many extents, you know, the all blood and guts and attemptedness of him wanting to score goals up front. But to allow that, you've got to have a Gary Pallister. And, Lindelof and Bally ain't no Gary Pallister.
No.
These two teams.
By the way, guys, keep like, sharing, subscribing. If we hit 20 subscribers today, we're going to give away an FTB Cup. So keep it coming.
Needs to go to United, only cup this season.
Ooh. Is he hit it?
He has. Yeah, it was Rodri blocked it, making up for his two cock-ups before they keep talking. I'm just going to go and get another beer.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you agree with the lineups, what you would change, what you think the score's going to be. Also, we got a couple of other fans joining us later on in the show today. We're going to be doing a reaction video 20 minutes after the game finishes, and also we've got the preview show tonight of the AJ fight, if anyone's a boxing fan. So we'll be on that. So just keep sharing, subscribing, keep commenting. We'll put your comments up.
In this last sort of 12 months, seeing the stuff on the ball, thinking, I want pleasure of reading and training and practicing. Really basic as well. You should see lots of rotation, lots of combinations.
Gary Neville giving a classic unbiased commentary, not.
I don't know. Even I disagree with some of his punditry sometimes.
You've got to balance it, you know. Andy Hinchcliffe is a very, very capable commentator. So why isn't he there? You've got to at least balance it up. Come on! Ooh.
Who's that? Talk us through it, mate. Talk us through it.
Okay. Mahrez puts the ball through Gabriel Jesus. He's just got to keep it on the deck, really. Gabriel Jesus against Wan-Bissaka. It's half a chance and he swings at it.
Thank God.
That's a good chance, you know. I think that's a good chance.
Oh, that
Here's
is a good chance.
Would Sergio Aguero have put that home? I think Aguero would have scored there.
Yes, yeah.
That has been the difference for City this season. That chance Aguero would have taken. I think it epitomises the challenge we have. You know, without a real, you know, a classic goal scorer, Fernandinho just made Pogba look like a schoolboy then.
What I would say is, though, would Aguero had that pace to get in that box? Like, Jesus did.
He's like Lineker, what he used to be. He's lethal over about 4 or 5 yards, no more. But yeah, he would have done because he'd have watched the play.
It's going to be this first goal is going to be very important today.
Darren Fletcher should be booked by now.
Oh, that's a yellow. That's a yellow.
Yeah, it is. He's let it roll.
I mean, that's no ball. That's late. That's all man.
That was a derby challenge that should have been booked.
Yeah.
Come on! Oh!
It was a very good ball, which
Right.
tried to convert.
Come on, guys, give us your score predictions in the comments.
Could have been a hero there.
Who had the chance?
To be fair to Lindelof, he really he got all over Stones. There was no freedom there, but it was another good chance.
That's a great chance.
Yeah, that's 2, 3. I think 3 really good chances for City. Then I think when it gets to this stage, it starts to worry me.
Yeah.
Again, this wasn't happening last season, and the season before that certainly. You know, City were burying those chance after chance after chance.
I really like that title race the season before last with the when you were 10 points behind Liverpool going into Christmas, I think, and then they had a couple of bad results, and then you went on a great run, turned it around, and you wire to wire between each other each game, and you took maximum points in your last 10 or something. But it's insane.
Yeah, but it takes goals to get there. I mean, Sterling, I think hit 25 goals. With Aguero, kind of similar. An awful lot of players scored goals from all over the park. And at the moment, we're not lethal. God, Southgate's there.
United's trouble.
I wonder who's impressed him. I'm trying to assess the England players on the show, actually, apart from Maguire, Sterling. Maguire and Sterling and... How many other England? Huh?
Shane, I think we're playing United playing a 4-3-3, I believe. Looking at the lineups. And looking at the way this
about a diamond earlier. I didn't know what he was on about. He probably didn't either.
I know. It really gets to me, and it just shows how inexperienced the management is at United. And we played that one game with the diamond, and it worked really well. And then we tried it again the next game, and then Solskjaer was criticised for using it because he didn't get the win. That's how fickle fans are. But he used it. I believe he used it again in the Chelsea game that we drew 0-0, and then he was criticised for it.
Edison's just made a shit mistake. This isn't very fluent from City. I have to say, this is not fluent. This is not how they played the last 3 or 4 games at all.
Oh, that is a mistake.
Coming out. That's a shocker. And to be fair, Fernandes reads the game and reads the ball really well.
Yeah, I like Fernandes. To be fair, for today's prices, I mean, 46 million is not a lot of money.
Oh, that's a good head. You watch this, Maguire. What do they call him? Slaphead, bonehead,
Slabhead.
bonehead, I reckon, isn't it? Bonehead could have put it in there. Ooh,
What do you think of the Pogba? What do you think of the Pogba situation? Should he be playing really?
Maybe Errol and I agree on this. I think he's gifted. I think he can win games as long as Fred. I think the formation is right to support Pogba. You've got to have Fred and McTominay counteracting Pogba's wayward defending. Yes, I do, but I can't see many other options. Can you? Mata's legs have gone. He's just not got enough legs for a game like this. And Matic, he's a bit of a donkey. So who else are you going to play? Who else?
Yeah,
Matic.
Oh no, I mean for the principal from the club. I mean, with his agent coming out and saying things like he did last week, which is quite a big statement, really. And I just thought that the club should have more control over things like this, nip it in the bud early. I remember I was watching Rio Ferdinand the other day saying when this happened with Wayne Rooney back in 2010 when he was going to leave, that Ferguson nipped it in the bud and it was sorted. He signed a new contract. With Pogba, it seems that there's a statement from his agent coming every 6 months. It just seems that they can do what they want when they're not happy.
I think it's just money and finance. He's probably his biggest money-making player. I'm always cynical of Ramos. Whenever Ramos, this great loyal Real Madrid stalwart, he's the part of the club, etc., etc. But 6 months before a new contract, he's leaving. He's going to United. Going every time that's happened. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No loyalty in football now.
However, maybe there was a phone call a few weeks ago from Pogba to his agent to say, I'm pissed off because I'm not getting in the team. What do you reckon we should do? And his agent says, well, tell you what, if I threaten them for leaving, they're going to have to pick you and that'll put you in the team.
Yeah.
Maybe the plan by Pogba to get back in the team by blaming his agent for saying he might leave.
Well, there's also a report I read this morning. I don't know how true it is because, you read a lot of fake news, but there's a news reporter reporting that United was Pogba's fourth choice when he wanted to leave Juventus, but the others wouldn't pay the money. And that he's I don't know though. I don't see how that would be leaked. I don't think Pogba would ever want that to be leaked.
I'd be surprised.
I don't really believe it. I don't really believe it. He
started at United, surely. Lots of players see a homecoming. He started it. He knew exactly what where he was going, what he was in for. I'm not 100% certain. Hopefully, I don't know how bright he is, but if I was Paul Pogba and I was aware of my strengths and my weaknesses, I probably wouldn't have come to the Premier League. When I used to watch him in Italy, he was running the whole game, striding forward the pitch because he had that level of. That's beautifully taken by Gabriel Jesus. Bloody beautifully taken. Oh, come on, this is it. Watch Gabriel Jesus, phenomenal. Maris should have put it away. He doubted himself. This is the best chance. This is the City's fourth or fifth good chance coming up now.
Great football.
She's ace. Now, come on, there's a goal written all over this. Again, to be fair,
that's a good save. That's a snatch.
On the line. Is it Maguire or Lindelof on the line, who did a really good piece of defensive work there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good save by De Gea, and then that was a snatch shot by De Bruyne. He should have done better with that.
The fact the defender got him behind gave Mahrez thoughts about where.
Yes, Maguire. That's Maguire on the line.
That was really, really good defending by Maguire. Yeah. I mean, his support for his goalkeeper there was fantastic. You know,
Put a
I actually
slab
think
on the line.
prevented that goal with his movement off the ball rather than De Gea. That was good, really good player. You know, it's like I said, similar. I think Maguire is a terrific player as long as he's got the right defensive partner. He is Steve
Yeah.
Bruce reincarnated.
Oh yeah, there's no,
playing.
there's no way Man United get rid of Maguire in a million years. He is a very good defender.
He's as ugly as Steve Bruce as well, don't you think?
Yeah, a tad. But he's got money now.
Sterling just got clattered by Donkey Lindelof. Now, United need a partner for Maguire. They really need a really good defensive partner to Maguire. I can't remember the name of the guy. Was it Kone? The guy Man City were associated with from Seville. Really mobile, strong central defender. He might be the man. Because that's what they need. They don't need a huge guy, but they need someone really mobile alongside Maguire. Intelligent and mobile.
No, definitely.
There's two things Lindelof isn't. But, you know, there's money in the bank for United. You know, if you sell Lindelof, Rocco, and Ballet, there's enough money to buy at least one decent central defender from that, if you can offload those three lads. Oh, and Phil Jones. Yeah. Phil Jones.
I mean, if you you think about it, Phil Jones signed a year ago, signed a new contract worth 70k a week, and he's not even in the Premier League squad. Similar to Rojo.
No wonder Old Trafford's falling down. With no investment.
I mean, I still love the ground, to be fair, but
maybe Phil Jones can do a bit of painting and decorating and building around the ground instead.
Remember, guys, keep sharing, subscribing. Remember, we're giving away a free FTB Cup once we get 20 today.
The sad bit is
we'll be picking from the comments.
Pogba's got the ball just outside the box. United looking dangerous. Nope, it's all come to nothing. He went for a throw.
Come on.
Wan-Bissaka looking a bit out of sorts at the moment. Back at Phil Jones, because I yo-yo between watching City and Palace, and I see how well Gary Cahill is playing for Palace, and he's 34, 35. If Phil Jones was to go to a club like Palace would be great for Phil Jones. Then, you know, maybe, just maybe, you know, he can turn his career around.
But do you think he wants to leave when he's probably getting the highest he's probably going to get wages-wise at the moment?
He's tasted England, hasn't he? You know, he's tasted playing for England.
Yeah.
Does he not want some of that?
What's going on? I can hear some cheering.
I reckon West Ham or Palace would probably match that way. United are playing really well, dominated around the area. Shaw and Rashford linking up really well. United corner.
To congratulate Gary Neville, 23 appearances for his first goal for Liverpool against Manchester United.
39 minutes in, and I wasn't expecting this. I thought City would have a very dominant first half, and United had come back. And if I'm being generous to City, it's been 50-50.
I mean,
they've blown all the chances. City have blown 4 or 5 chances. There was only really one good one where Darren Fletcher came in and missed that. But City have had 4 or 5, and that's very worrying. Very, very worrying.
Yeah. I mean, going into this game, I looked at the form today. I mean, I think City have won their last 2 coming into this. And given their form, you wouldn't think it, but United have actually won their last 4 Premier League games. So I was quite optimistic coming into it. I've seen City play a couple of times. I think I've only seen City play twice, and the first time I watched them, I think they drew to Leeds, and then the second time I watched them, they lost to Leicester. So I've only, yeah.
Who the hell was that? One of the United defenders made a major cock up. but they got away with it.
Nothing new there.
Oh, that's a booking. Pogba, you animal. Come on. Should have been two bookings.
Maguire, Jesus Christ.
That was a real one. Thank God he was covered there. Otherwise, that could have been end of days.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be made into a video later.
And yet he's played really well till then.
Yeah. No, he's had a good game, to be fair.
Is this not a yellow card?
Well, I think it's one of them, isn't it? He stopped the attack early, hasn't he? I think if that's 70th minute in the game, and United are winning and City get a break, I think that's 100% yellow.
What worries me now is that possible 2 bookings for United that haven't happened. Does that mean the referee's in their pocket? And when it comes to the possible United penalty, you know what's going to happen, don't you? The referee's already started to show his red colours.
No, I don't see that yet. I think he's just. No, I think he's just trying to keep his cards in his pocket early on. I think you will see some cards today from both teams. It's the derby. You're always going to see cards.
He'll select his card. No, I'm starting to think. Actually, who is the ref? I haven't picked him. Is it Michael Oliver? Who's ref today? I don't know.
No, it's the other young lad. I say young. I know. I've seen him loads of times, but I don't actually know his name.
I haven't got time to look it up. I'm too glued to the screen.
Yeah.
42 minutes now. A goal before half time for either side is.
Oh, someone gets the goal now. It's going to kill the other team.
Yeah.
Right enough time. Hopefully, we're getting your box and we'd fall over and we'll get a pen. So.
Yeah, and with the referee having shown that he should have booked 2 United players, looks like the infamous brown paper bags changed hands in the Old Trafford car park yet again. I bet it was Sir Alex. Sir Alex got out with roller, bung the referee a brown paper bag and said, look after the boys tonight.
You don't have that at the moment, do you, in the Premier League?
I've left a crate of red wine in your vehicle as well.
Yeah,
and then Keane had another word in his ear on the way into the ground of a different sort, and as a result,
yeah.
Hang on. Oh God, Greenwood had a really good chance then.
Well, he's a great finisher as well.
Fernandinho massively overcommitted himself there.
Come on, United. Come on.
All these goals we forecasted. What the hell do we know?
Greenwood, he's such a talent.
Dodgy goal kick by De Gea there. City made nothing of it. They look really lethargic. De Bruyne's shrugging his shoulders. They're not playing well. And mobility. I've got to say, I'm not certain Fernandinho knows the answers today. I think we need more legs. We need Gundogan.
Do you think that this got anything to do with the last few times we've played you guys? Because I know that City always come out. They're always very dominant. United hit on the break. And the last a couple of times we played you in the league, it's not worked in your favour. But do you think he sort of Pep's held back now so we don't catch you in that first half again?
Bloody hell, that would be great if he has. If he has, we might get a point against Spurs one day. If he has, he just, you might be right, Adam. I mean, I've always, I love Pep to pieces, but if I have a criticism, he only seems to have one way of playing.
Right.
And whether they lost to Palace or they lose to Spurs, like their nemesis, it's because they get contained and hit on the break. Maybe after 3-4 seasons or whatever it is that Pep's had in the Premier League, maybe he's learned. Wow, I hadn't even considered that he would compromise all his beliefs. Wow,
well, that's my analysis done for today. Then Sky need to hire me.
If he had, I'd love it. If this is strategic, I'd be very, very happy that Pep thinks Rodri and Fernandinho first half will contain them. I put a bit more mobility on second half, and away we go. Oh, Sterling's overstretched himself there. Shame. Oh, who's that? Fred. Some beautiful footwork by Fred coming up. You're going to love this. I didn't think Fred had it in him. You watch this, a bit of dancing feet coming up now. If you remember, Man City wanted to buy Fred before he went for loads more money to United. Same with Maguire and the same with...
oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not bad. No, he has... It was one of them that when we bought him, he wasn't a Mourinho signing. You can tell that. That was a club signing.
Half
But
time.
when we bought him, it was... He started off, he scored a couple of goals actually in a couple of league games, and then he wasn't quite what Mourinho was looking for. Everyone went off him because of that. Solskjaer didn't play him when he first joined, and then when they realised how tenacious he was and how quick he was at winning that ball back, I think he learnt this in the PSG game away when we knocked them out in the Champions League. And I think since then he's just got better and better because he's playing more and more. So I see his future's definitely at United. I think United need a player like that. He's almost like a Kante at Chelsea.
Mm.
Yeah, not that he's similar.
Ability. He's good. He's not world class.
Yeah.
I think Kante's better. He is tons more mobile around the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He's tenacious. He seems to have a good sense of where to play and how to play the game. I think Pogba though needs more. You're right. He's got to play Fred and McTominay to allow Pogba to play. It's a bit like we were talking a couple of weeks ago. I rate Pogba only if he's got a couple of gophers, looking after him.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm still thinking about what you said about whether Pep's come up with a new plan.
Well, they didn't seem to play the same way, and I don't think that's from playing badly because they weren't even trying to get forward as often as you would expect a Man City team.
You're right. Cancelo and Walker were almost anonymous on the flanks. You're right. That is not like City. Maybe it's a plan. Maybe it's a strategy. It's weird after watching City game after game after game for the last few years under Pep. If it's a strategy, it's new.
especially as Pep does not like changing his style as well. But
only done that strategy for Lyon.
Yeah, but the question is, who needs to win more today, City or United? Because it's a very difficult one because you're a point behind at the moment. But if we were to go 4 points ahead of you, 12 games in, I mean, would that be the title chances over for City?
Probably, yeah.
Or do you think you're still in?
I'm not sure City are going to win the title this season. Actually, I know it sounds really negative, but I'm looking at champion place.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you, mate. I've got error on the line.
Let's go.
Just remember,
Uncle's my brother.
Just remember, guys. A couple of you have been subscribing already. Keep sharing, subscribing. We're giving away a free FTB Cup today. As soon as we hit 20, and we'll pick you from the comments. So keep it going. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll keep talking then while you come back, and then I'll take a break. But I'm still thinking about what Adam said and whether this could be a Pep tactic to actually contain. Look at the formation. Interesting. If it is, it's the flipping first time. You always feel there's kind of butterflies in your stomach in the Manchester derby. And again, Adam was saying that there's a lot to play for here. If City win, they're 2 points ahead of United. If United win, they're 4 points ahead of City. Is the loser automatically knocked out of an opportunity to win the league? Maybe. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about the Champions League places. I think Liverpool will take a lot of shifting. Spurs will take a lot of shifting. Chelsea are playing really well. And then there's City, United. Maybe Leicester. But yeah, it's super competitive. They're looking at Arsenal. They're out of it anyway, at least. Such a lot of the season to play for. I wonder what Gareth Southgate's thinking in the half time of the players he's watched. Walker's been a bit dodgy, not got forward. Maguire's been pretty good, but made one god-awful mistake. Wan-Bissaka. I wonder if he's looking at him. Again, he's been out of sports, I reckon, for quite a few games. So I'm not certain that Gareth Southgate will be particularly enjoying his half-time pie. Bonehead King talking. What's he saying? I'd like to say he's smiling and having a good time, but they're losing last time. I agree. Micah Richards saying Jesus could have scored that opportunity. He's also saying that United are really good on the break. So Micah Richards is actually forward Adam's argument that this is a strategic maneuver. They're replaying all the Man City chances now. I've forgotten how many there were. There were loads of chances. City should be up in this game. Bearing in mind United's history of doing well in the second half, that's a bit worrying. Surely Solskjaer ain't no tactical genius. This is Pep. Surely. Oh, they're showing the McTominay chance. And then Bonehead Maguire's header. He wasn't leaning back, to be fair. He was leaning back quite a long way from the I'm just making the Maguire.
We have seen that from City at times this season.
Errol will be turning up soon. And he won't have missed any goals. He'll be happy. Everything's played for him. Errol, you didn't miss that much in the first half if you're ready.
Just reading a little bit wrong, but again, nice and aggressive.
Going to repeat my worry. United should have had 3 bookings. How much has the ref been wronged? What happens if the can go penalty for United? Deja vu time, I reckon.
Yeah, we're just waiting for that final piece to fall into place in the second half in this one, because at half time at Old Trafford in this Manchester
I'm
derby.
just looking to see if there's anything on Twitter about the game.
But as yet, none of them have made the breakthrough.
I'm going to put it on mute. Adam will be back in a minute.
Caller was flying high a few months ago, and then this happened. Signal shamed, 1 call at a time. Can you go on mute, Paula? Paula, why'd you do this to yourself? Why'd you choose the wrong broadband provider? Only BT Complete Wi-Fi gives you reliable Wi-Fi in every room for a £100 money-back guarantee. But you didn't choose them, and now the intern's after your job. I'm joking, Paula. Just go with BT.
And everyone in the comments, keep telling us how you think the first half's gone, what way you think this is going. Probably changing my opinion now. I'll go for a 1-0. Yeah, I don't think
Christmas is on, and so get the Pizza Express hot honey pizza, KFC gravy burger box meal, and Five Guys Christmas pudding shake. Delivered only by Deliveroo.
keep liking, subscribing. We're giving away a free FTB Cup as soon as we hit 20 subscribers throughout this stream. We'll be doing more giveaways on each Manchester United watch along. So I've got a few things coming. Yeah, I'm quite reserved on the I'm not sure on the City tactics today. I think they've been quite reserved going into the first half. They haven't been as dominant, but I think there's a reason. I think that Pep might be holding off to counter-attack this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer counter-attack. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half. But both teams just look a bit uneased at the moment. They're not playing any fluidity. The attacks have been quite poor, really. People haven't taken their chances. Maguire's had a good header from a corner. Jesus has had a good chance, a ball over the top. I think if you had Aguero starting, Aguero's putting that one in the back of the net. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting second half. Both teams need to win. City probably need it more than United, but even so, it's a derby. No one wants to lose this game. So yeah, if you're watching, we're giving away a free FTB Cup today if we hit 20 subscribers throughout the stream. So keep it coming. Keep your thoughts coming in. Like, share, comments. We'll put your comments up on the screen. Just waiting for our other guys now. We're waiting on we've got a couple of Manchester United fans joining throughout the stream. We've got Hassan joining in a couple of minutes. We've got our Man City fan here, Ian. We've got Errol joining towards the end of the second half. And then we're going to have our Manchester Derby reaction 20 minutes after this game ends. And then we've got our AJ Pulev preview boxing our AJ Pulev boxing preview show coming at 8:30. So we've also got a reaction when that AJ fight ends tonight. So keep that coming, and it's going to be good. Keep subscribing, keep sharing. Right, how you doing, Ian?
Cheers. Thank you very much. Allowed me to get another beer. I'm drinking this Brewdog. If anyone looks at it, it's a shame they haven't. Brewdog Elvis juice.
Elvis juice.
So it's
I
like
like
Brewdog beer with a hint of grapefruit. It's great. I really love it. I ordered it off Amazon by the case. I'm a real Brewdog fan. So
nice. I like that.
So born and brought up in Manchester, and then actually interesting. I was born in the same hospital as Tyson Fury a few decades before, and
nice.
Then moved to Yorkshire when I was 11. So it's nice. I was introduced to the world with a really good Yorkshire beer. So
I got quite a funny story actually on about Tyson Fury. So I'm a land surveyor, so I went and done a survey on a building site probably about a month ago now, and this bricklayer was down there. He was the director of the company, and he come up to me and said, "Yeah, I had a mate that gave me a contact, and it was Tyson Fury. He wanted me to go up and price a job for him to go and lay some brickwork. So he drove he's from Bournemouth." So he drove all the way up to Chester, I think, to go and price up this job. He thought he was going to be getting this huge job on a building site. And it turned up and it was actually putting a plinth around his mum's caravan.
That is classic Tyson Fury, isn't it?
He done it anyway. You know, you're going to do it, aren't you? It's Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
But
You dine
Yeah.
out saying, I sorted out Tyson Fury's mum's caravan or whatever. Yeah.
I just found it. I found it hilarious, to be fair. I'm surprised he told anyone that story, but no, it's not a bad thing, is it?
No. Kind of reminds me of a story a mate of mine told me who lived next door, who was a big electrical contractor. And down the road from us lived Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. And he had this huge party. I wasn't invited. But my mate, the electrician, was. He'd known him a long time. And at this party, we got, I don't know how he was known, but Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow were there. And heard that he was a great electrician. And a few days later, he got called by their manager to try and sort out their heating system in this house in London. So he and he gets to this house to be met by their manager. And this house is white throughout. Everything's white, huge carpet, and the windows are open. And they said, yeah, the heating system's been on full blast. So that Gwyneth and Chris Martin have had to keep the windows open, all the windows of the house open. And so he says, like that. And the manager said, 3 years. Environment, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin, they've had all the windows open because their heating system's been jammed on full for 3 years.
Oh no. That's brilliant.
I'm trying to use covering this annoying light switch that's behind my head. Otherwise, it looks as though I've got a growth coming out my ear. Look.
I know I haven't got a plain background I can use. It's a little bit annoying.
Plain background, it's got a light switch in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Right, we're up. Right, this is it. Second half. This is where United have been playing really well the last few weeks, but then it seems like a weird game. So maybe it won't be that way. No change, I don't think. Is there? I think you've heard.
No, that doesn't look like. Looking at the United team, doesn't look like we've got any changes. Doesn't look like City have got a change either.
No, I definitely think they need more movement, more dynamism. Maybe Pep's already thought that Fernandinho doesn't have 90 minutes of legs in him. Maybe he's got 60 minutes. Gundogan comes on, gives a bit more mobility with Rodri dropped a bit deeper in front of the back four.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Walker and Cancelo getting further forward. They've been so quiet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is a tactic, you know.
Maybe while you were away, actually, off the air, Micah Richards said pretty much what you said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He wondered that.
One. Yeah. Right. I don't know why I'm not on Sky.
It's weird at Man United when the managers are stuck behind a wall. What's that all about? Why do you build a wall in front of the coach's dugout? Looks like a council house.
Oh, what? Behind the dugout?
Pep's behind a wall that looks like he's built into some council house.
Yeah, there's always that wall around, isn't there? I think that's been there for years now.
Yeah, but why? Why have you got a wall around the coach's dugout? You're worried about running on the pitch? A waste of bricks.
I've no idea.
My Man United look. Oh,
one touch to control. Down he goes.
Oh, United have got a dodgy penalty. I knew it was going to happen.
Come on, boys.
You've got to be joking.
Is it a penalty? I'm a little bit behind you, so talk me through what's
I knew
happened.
this was going to happen. And maybe even offside.
No, he's offside. He's offside.
I think he's a smidge offside.
Yeah, I can't see it being given.
Yeah, but the ref's intention was there with the bookings. The ref has clearly been bunged.
This could get interesting.
It's offside.
Taken.
But
Walker flying into the tackle again.
The onside.
It keeps happening.
Yeah, he's offside. Has that been given as offside? Yeah.
yeah, but come on, decision-wise, hasn't the writing been on the wall from early days?
Well, that's tight though, isn't it? Well, I'm just trying to look.
He's red underpants sticking out the referee's shorts, can't you?
Yeah, he's definitely off.
We've seen him all game. This is classic. Did I not forecast that decision was coming? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad the right decision has been given now. I'd rather see a right decision been given than another dodgy penalty.
But the intent of the referee was to favour United, as he's done in the first half when there should have been 2 bookings. You know, and as the game goes on, you know, that view from the referee's eyes could become really crucial.
Yeah, I can't really complain. I'm a Man United fan. So.
The next booking will be for Man City.
Rash moments that continue to litter his defending. He's brilliant at this.
Arrow, you're a bit late to the party, mate. It's already been given offside.
Someone just takes it away from him. He can't.
Oh, you haven't been refereeing so far, and you've just taken changed kit, have you?
City and of course one for England.
Oh, drawing a slip.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know, you know. I don't know if that was a tactic by Pep. Or whether City are looking at this and thinking, worst case scenario, a point's okay. I don't know.
His bearings a little bit more off the ball.
Oh dear, you're not gonna be happy about Darren Fletcher letting the ball run out then.
Pep Guardiola was penalties at Manchester United. That's an extraordinary number.
Guys, remember we're giving away a free FTV Cup today. We hit 20 subscribers during the stream, so keep your comments coming in, keep sharing, keep subscribing.
I think I've just seen Oli Solskjaer coming on the line wanting to win the cup. He says I'm subscribing. And some Ferguson fellow as well. And some bonehead in the defence.
It's a very interesting game, this one. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I honestly think it's got 0-0 written all over it.
If the crowd was there and they were shouting and yelling at every challenge, would we be saying this is a classic derby?
Wow.
We just missing that.
It just doesn't feel right, does it? When you've got no fans.
Bookings, the penalty, some of the physicality.
Yeah.
Are we just watching a classic, edgy, cagey?
Definitely a cagey.
Without crowd.
Yeah.
Where's Errol? Is he joining us? Is he in nearly?
No, I think he's on his way home.
Errol, I've just heard from the security company the alarms are going off. You're going to have to go back to the store.
Yeah. Obviously, anyone watching, we're doing a 20 minutes after the game finishes. We're going to be doing a reaction, joined by I assume that Ian's joining us for that. Errol's going to be there. Carl's going to be there.
No, I've got to go out to dinner.
You going out, are you?
Yeah. My younger daughter's not available for the next couple of weeks, so we're having a bit of a... Ooh, is it? Oh, come on, that was out. Come on. I'd like to see a replay of that when De Gea kept it in field. Looked well out to me. Very worried about these officials. Very worried.
It's an interesting one about
Stones.
you see the West Ham game with United where that goal from
Oh,
Pogba
yeah.
when the ball went out of play. It's interesting to see whether they come up with some sort of technology to include that in our system.
And
It's Fred.
even all the commenters was actually, oh shit, United got a good chance now. Oh,
Decided
Rashford's put his boots on the wrong feet for that one. That was as good as my left foot. That one. That was my left-footed skills in my heyday. Watch this. Ian Shaw's left foot comes into play in the school ground. Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh, Rashford, come on. Also, guys, tomorrow night we've got our Premier League reaction show. We've got Carly Osborne and Trevor Chalice on tomorrow night, so that's going to be a very interesting watch. I think Trevor's he's a Bristol City Academy coach, and he's an ex-QPR player, so that's going to be very interesting.
What era was he at QPR?
Pardon?
What era was he at QPR? Do you know?
I don't think he probably retired about 5 years ago, so I think he's.
But he might have known Nida Manua and maybe even Sean Wright Phillips. Maybe.
Yeah, potentially. I know him from his early days when he was at Weymouth. So that was back when he was playing conference football.
No, he won't be. Well, David De Bruyne. He'll want his teammates behind him to serve.
It's nice to see players like that hitting championship level from conference, because players tend to live between National League and League One, League Two. They don't seem to get many chances to make it big. So it's nice to see that.
Defensive midfield pivot. He doesn't have the creativity.
This is a funny old game, Adam. This is a really funny.
I can't put my finger on this game.
If you're some dude from Europe who doesn't know much about the teams or whatever, I think you'd be pretty bored by now.
Yeah.
If you didn't really understand what this means, you may be even assessing this as two very average Premier League teams who struggle to keep possession, lots of mistakes, lots of loose football, chances not taken.
There's not much quality in this game at the moment.
I don't imagine Jurgen Klopp is going to lose any sleep tonight.
No.
I think City are trying to get dropped to United's level.
Don't put us in that bracket, mate. Come on.
Well, the City haven't played as bad as this for ages. I mean, where's the beautiful football gone? Maybe they just, I don't know, United have sucked them into playing average football. So,
Yeah, I mean,
it's just like two very similar teams, inconsistently, slightly unstructured, slightly lacking confidence, going at each other.
what do you reckon, though? Because I know all teams are playing pretty much every 3 days. Hold on, we got Hassan coming in. Welcome, mate. How you doing?
Needs a bit of that hurry and scurry. In possession.
Can you hear us?
Can't hear you guys.
You haven't met
Play.
Give it a
both.
couple of minutes.
I know you're a United fan, but if you've watched so far and you were completely unbiased and someone said to you, do you think one of these teams looks like a Premiership winning team? I think they'd choke on the beer. Oh, gee. That's another absolutely shocking pass by Man City there. This is not great football, Adam, is it?
No,
Got it.
no.
Hey.
Poor.
Going away from here, losing 1-0. What's it? Easily in
Could be
the Manchester.
As time moves on in a crappy, ugly game, there's only going to be one winner, and that's the Man United assisted by the referee. I've got a bad feeling coming in my bones here.
Yeah. Can you hear us yet, mate? Are you in with us?
Pass into passive, haven't they? They're passing the ball well, but not
No.
to any right skill urgency.
No, I mean from what I'm seeing, it's just poor, very poor football.
Put the pass into passive. That's a good quote off the telly.
Yeah.
Martin Tyler. They've put the pass into passive. That's as good as Michael Richards' quote from earlier.
Here's Gabriel Jesus.
Come on.
Trying to take it down. Finding the love.
Ooh, you'll see Paul Pogba defending in a minute. That'll freak you out. Couple of seconds, you'll see a Pogba attempted a bit of defending. It's amazing.
Out to Rashford. Sterling.
I've never seen him that deep in the field. When Pogba's just in front of his own penalty area, you know that there's something not quite right with this game.
Yeah.
Better from Wan-Bissaka. He's out to Fernandinho.
Wan-Bissaka for a bit.
Wan went up himself here and he does.
Ooh.
He was stretching.
For a muscular, athletic guy, does go back down like a sack of spuds when someone just tickles him.
He's a great one-on-one defender, though. I got to give him that.
João Cancelo isn't exactly Tyson Fury, and he went down like a sack of potatoes there.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
That was a bit pathetic, wasn't it? So much of this is just a bit average. Come on. There's got to be one moment of magic. One moment of magic. It's got to turn this around. I've just had another thought, Adam. I wish Sergio Aguero was on the bench. I wish Aguero was on the bench.
Hassan, can you hear us?
If it goes like this, where's you know when Liverpool are struggling and they kept bringing Jota off the bench?
Yeah.
Where's Jota? United have him. He's called Martial.
Yeah, I know. Poor.
You know, a pissed off Martial who hasn't made the starting lineup in the derby. You bring him on in I don't know, the 70th minute or whatever, instead of Greenwood, who apart from one effort's been a bit anonymous.
Yeah. Hassan, we can hear. I think you can hear us, but we can't hear you, mate.
No Martial as well.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I was about to say, Cavani would have been a good option if he was fit.
Oh, definitely.
I agree.
Martial, though, he's not been on the best of form this year.
He's always done well in the derby.
Yeah, he's one of them guys. When he turns up to the big occasion, he turns up, but generally, he just doesn't put the effort in a normal league fixture. But hopefully, if he does come off the bench, he can do something good for us.
Yeah. How do you think Van der Beek would do if he come on now?
He's always had a good impact off the bench. I'd probably take off McTominay for him. McTominay's, again, he's not done the most, but it will. I mean, at the end of the day, I think both managers, they wanted to make sure they were still in it with half an hour to go. So Van der Beek would have been he'd be a good option now.
Oh, definitely. It's so the football is so bad.
I expected a bit better from City, to be honest. But I'll take this at the moment.
Yeah. Man United are well, and if they can put their fourth quarter, like they have done, if you're going down the bookies.
Yeah, I think they've got some, the pace. That pace will always be sort of towards the last 10-15 minutes. It'll always be dangerous. So hopefully one of the guys can do something up front.
Yeah, I see the boys warming up a second ago. So what happens? Anyone watching as well, we're giving away a free FCB cup.
City still have one option. City have an option that could make him famous. Ferran Torres.
Very good option.
He could be the man. Maybe this is his moment to signal he's arrived.
It's a decent player, Ferran Torres.
I'm not certain who would take off from that. I actually see City need more midfield. I would take Fernandinho off. Gundogan on. The kind of old days who they miss right.
I think we sorry guys, I think we got some echo coming back.
Oh, it might be from my side. Hold on.
Can you use yours without the headphones on?
Do you still hear the echo now?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I've just
don't
turned
do
the
it now.
volume down of my headset.
Oh, that's
Probably just
perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
Pogba versus Rob Cancelo. Ooh. City were lucky to get away with that.
John Stones then, do you keep him or get rid, Ian?
No, keep him.
You keep him.
Garcia. I don't think Garcia is athletic enough, big enough. He doesn't want to be there. And I'm not. I would take Stones over Ashley as well. I think if you've been more confident in John Stones. But in saying that, if you look at the track record, John Stones is only one game away from an injury.
Yeah.
We're getting really excited. He's looking like the best, but you know, he'll wake up tomorrow morning probably feeling his thigh or whatever, and then we'll go goodbye for another couple of minutes.
Do you think John Stones will make the Euro squad for next summer?
If he continues like this, yeah, England are desperate for a mobile centre half. Maguire and Stones could, with both on form, could be a perfect combination.
Yeah, I think at the moment, I think probably Joe Gomez.
Ferran Torres is on.
Pillock.
Mahrez is off.
Out Pogba and Fred like they weren't there. Pogba's on his ass.
Ferran Torres has just come on.
Nice.
Gosh, you must be even ahead of us. What's on your time clock?
6:15.
Sorry?
66. 66:20 now. Just in the 66.
You're ahead of me, and I'm ahead of Adam.
Hassan, you are a minute ahead of me.
Okay. Well, right now, City are just inside our box.
I'm only just seeing the substitution now.
Yeah, I'm watching it from Sky Sports. He's come all good defending there by Luke Shaw. I'll try not to spoil anything for you guys then.
No, spoil it. Spoil it as much as you like. We need live reaction here.
On this basis, Errol's going to join us, and there'll be 75 minutes gone. On it, Kelly. Come on. But I can't
I've
get.
just seen that.
Huh?
So he will there.
Oh, nice play by John Stones there. Some lovely feet for a central defender.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about Stones. Because
if he's
Harry Maguire with a block there.
But John Stones started to play. Private life fell apart.
City just had a very good chance there. Very good chance.
For some dodgy bird. And ever since then, his form has fallen away.
Yeah. Well, what's the chance?
Ever since he drew there. Come on!
I think it fell.
Yes!
Nope, blocked. Harry Maguire got a leg in there.
Robbie Maguire. If he didn't weigh 20 stone, he wouldn't be quite as effective. How much do you reckon Harry Maguire weighs?
What, just his head or him?
I was about to say, just his head alone is probably.
I mean, he looks he's probably not 20 stone, but he looks every ounce of 15, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Essentially, I mean, John Stones is probably the same height as Harry Maguire, and I reckon weighs 2 stone lighter.
Yeah, easily.
Similar with Diaz is probably 14 stone. Stones is 13 and Maguire is 15. So I'm getting into the AJ fight later.
Bruno's not looking all that sharp today, is he, guys?
No, not today.
He just had a chance on the edge of Manchester City's box. But I think Diaz got a leg in there.
But I think that was, if Adam's right and Adam's master plan is, well, then Pep watched him and put Rodri and Ronaldinho on him. It's a good interception by Rodri. That was a bloody good interception by Rodri. And a good
City look like they're dominating this a bit more at the moment.
Well, Torres seems to have given him a bit more. Crap got by De Bruyne.
City are getting a hold of the game right now. United need to make a change in midfield.
Kevin's better than that. I wonder what Roman Abramovich thinks when he watches Kevin De Bruyne now.
Oh, he must be kicking himself, especially Salah as well.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, especially when they've got the likes of Mason Mount in midfield instead of Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, even this biased referee couldn't have picked that one up. Pogba did some kind of like Olympic gymnastic twist in the air with a double pipe.
I think he just got tangled up there.
Tangled up my ass. He's just a big go fly. He went for that full Olympic dive. He would have got 4 to 5 points on the on the gym floor for that.
Oh, feeling tense going into this last 20.
Yeah, I'm worried. Come on.
You laughed at me last night when I said 0-0.
City had the best of the last 10 minutes. In fact, they've probably had their best 10 minutes since maybe minute 20.
Ferran Torres, he's made a good impact off the bench. Just giving him a bit more impetus in midfield, really. It's not too bad at all.
I mean, Raheem Sterling, you've got
Mahrez was just staying out wide and being a bit redundant.
Yeah, Raheem Sterling's got to stop letting his daughter do his hair for him as well. He looks horrendous.
Oh, yeah, he does. Raheem Sterling, what's he thinking about? He looks like... I was trying to think about what his haircut looks like.
Luke Shaw's gone down.
Do you remember that like 90s, like 80s, 90s horror movie, Hellboy? Where the
Martial's coming on, boys.
Nice.
No, Martial's
but
good.
Luke Shaw's. I think is it for Luke Shaw?
He's not a player that you bring on for impact, though, is he, Martial?
He needs touches to get warmed up, really. Having said that, he did make a pretty decent impact on his debut against Liverpool.
That's right. I was thinking that as I said it. I got to be honest. The good thing about being safe up behind is you guys. I haven't heard any of you shouting, so I'm all right.
Look, sure. He looks like a fast food boy, doesn't he? He looks like he likes his McDonald's.
He's had a decent game. He's had a decent game compared to what he had midweek.
Yeah, I don't know what the dietitians at Old Trafford are putting him on there.
Yeah, comment coming in, Sterling looking like someone off the Rugrats. Yeah, I'll probably go with that.
Yeah.
There's this great picture of James Corden in the Man United kit saying, and the caption is Luke Shaw's fit.
Oh, don't be horrible. Come on.
He looks like James Corden.
I got to be honest. I think Luke Shaw, when he's playing, he's one of our most consistent players.
Yeah, he's always a
Yeah.
solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. He doesn't
Yeah.
let you down too much.
I have to admit, when Southampton were selling him, I was desperate for City to buy him. I can't remember.
Greenwood's the one making way for Martial.
Greenwood.
He's not yeah, he's not at the best of games, but
No, I have to say sorry. That was I call the substitutions because I said he'd been anonymous since that chance he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
he's already walking onto the pitch rather than sprinting on it. So we'll see what kind of
Martial's on, wearing gloves. We don't like gloves. I don't like gloves. One pair of gloves with Mahrez has gone off, and another pair of gloves with Martial's come back on. Maybe the same pair. Maybe
Bruno, man.
Gloves, and they had to work out the substitutions. He's good, Martial. He's got good feet. Lazy bastard, but good feet.
Yeah. Remember, guys, keep like, share, subscribe. We're giving away a free FTV Cup if we hit 20 subscribers throughout the stream. We're on target, so keep it coming.
Yeah, I can see it in the Old Trafford trophy room now. Beautiful control by Fernandes coming up. Beautiful, honestly.
It wasn't the best touch, that was it?
World class control. Right? Adam, you wait to see Fernandes control on this near side.
He'll make up for it. Don't worry. We'll get penalty fouls, go back in the back of the net, so it'll be fine.
Oh, Fernandes, Jesus.
What's the expression? He couldn't trap a rice pudding.
Jesus.
And come on.
Figures just come down in the bottom of the screen. 8 goals in the last 15 minutes for United. So hopefully we can make that 9 by the end of the day.
When did Alex Ferguson describe it as squeaky bum time?
So you say that again, please.
Alex Ferguson described this as squeaky bum time, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a goal or two here. I mean, if any team looks likely to score right now, I'd have to say it's City, but we'll see how it goes. Rashford's made a good run. Poor touch there by Rashford. If he just trapped that, he'd be 1-1 there.
Oh no, I must be miles behind you. It's still in the Man United penalty area.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
coming
quick.
up.
Maguire's
Still coming
playing.
up goals in the final 15 minutes for me.
You're about 2 minutes behind then.
Oh, we've got a crystal ball on there. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I see it now. It's not clever.
The chance on the stats at the end of the game, but it is a big chance for Marcus Rashford. Gets that touch out, he's that foot.
He was thinking about whether his MBE would go to an OBE at the time.
Nah. We've got to give him credit for that, I think.
Yeah. That's, I think, one thing that the whole city of Manchester could come together for, is what Rashford's done this year.
No, you're right. I think the only comment I make is, Rashford has to support school dinners. As we watch the hair drop his dinner regularly, so it seems fair enough.
Oh, that hurt. That did hurt.
You've not just there's still 15 minutes or so left to go.
I've just seen Hellboy Ram Sterling touch the ball for the first time in about 20 minutes.
Corner for City now. Spurs doing well. Oh, goal kick, sorry. But it was a corner.
Goal kick. On my telly, they're nowhere near the penalty area. Goal kick.
I'll find out in 2 minutes' time, don't worry.
You're so far ahead. I think you're on to the first game tomorrow.
I think he's at the ground, if I'm honest. He's probably at the ground in the private box.
I wish I was back at Old Trafford. Hopefully be at this soon.
I got a season ticket I paid for that I can't go to.
So what's happening then? Have they reimbursed you with that, or how does it work?
No, because I've already paid it. What they do is every game I can't go to because of COVID, they knock money off my price, so they refund me every week.
Okay.
So it's not too bad because by the time I go, it's probably going to cost me about £100. So I'll be happy with that. Right. I'm not sure of the rules because even if they drop down to tier 2, I live quite far away, so I don't know if I'm actually still allowed to travel there or not.
Hopefully the pandemic's over soon, so we can all get back to normality.
Yeah, we need it. We need it. It's been a hard year.
It has.
What's the score between
United
Everton?
need fans back in the ground.
What's the score between Everton and Chelsea on your telly?
City have a free kick about 25 yards out. Dangerous position.
Sorry, who has?
City just now. Maguire's got a yellow card.
Hey! I bet the pen's stuck in the referee's hand, giving him a yellow card for that. Oh, look at that. Planted his leg out.
Who do you reckon takes this? De Bruyne? I mean, is it really a question?
Yes, the right. Mahrez, oh, he's gone. Mahrez would have played this in with his left foot, but yeah, it's got to be De Bruyne. I would have thought. De Bruyne would have thought. Has it not been played yet?
No, it's not taken yet now. It's not a wall out.
Maguire sent off in the Manchester derby. That'd be a headline, wouldn't it? Thoroughly decent to the referee to finally book in a play. What a good old chap. I suppose he had to.
I've never understood why they have a player behind the wall just on his knees, really.
Because he scored quite a few goals under the wall.
Maguire got his good old head on top of that free kick. Redeemed himself.
Got a slab on it. I like
That's
it.
It's either the fact that they're worried about De Bruyne putting it under the wall, or the United player's given up. Who's behind the wall? Who's given up?
It was Fred.
Fred, yeah, he's given up. He's given up. He's taken the knee. It is weird to see the player behind the wall, isn't it?
It is, but yeah. A corner for City now.
Huh?
There's a corner for City right now.
It's good tracking back by Shaw, though, to be fair.
It was a decent game. McTominay getting his head up.
I like it when the commentator Martin Tyler asks Gary Neville about his experience at Valencia, because everyone forgets he was the shittest manager in the whole world, and now he's commentating all over the tally, telling everyone else how to play the game. But when it came to his opportunities to be a manager, he was beyond appalling. The expression,
I mean,
all talk and no trousers. Talk the talk, not walk the walk, comes to mind.
Yeah.
Gary
there
Neville,
was he didn't have the best of records.
best of records. He was appalling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's got the worst manager in the world award. I think that's Frank de Boer, isn't it? That's for Crystal Palace. I think that was
Frank
probably
de
the
Boer,
worst.
yeah. I think he had the worst start. Was it 6 defeats in a row? Or was it 4 defeats in a row?
No, he
got
lost,
the sack.
he lost 7 in a row and he didn't score a single goal.
Was this?
I mean, that's a very poor record.
Yeah, but Frank de Boer isn't on Sky Sports. You know,
I was
he's
just
not
saying
in
worst
there.
manager in the world.
Having said that, Alan Shearer wasn't the best of managers either, was he?
But he's only summarised on Match of the Day. I mean, this guy's gibbering like an imbecile all the way through the game, pretending he's an expert, knows what he's doing, he's strategic, he's tactical, he can read the game.
He did play at the top level for nearly 20 years.
Well, that doesn't make him a tactician. He played at the top level as a right back, for God's sake. He wasn't exactly controlling midfield.
Well,
Great. So he was a half a decent right back. What can he do? I tell you what, one of the best examples is when you look at the last Manchester derby, and the goal that Sean Goethe scored, replay it where he dispossesses Gary Neville and makes him look like a complete bonehead.
What's Sterling doing there? Just fall to the floor. He felt Maguire behind him and just bent over. You see that? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, run that past me again.
I said Sterling comes into the box. Maguire comes up behind him and he just bends over for him.
Right, okay. Yeah, I thought that was what he said. Yeah, that's disappointing.
It depends what situation you're in when that happens.
Phil Foden, he looks like he wants a game.
0-0's looking quite likely right now, boys.
Yeah, Ian laughed at me last night when I said this to
Phil
him.
Neville reckons that it'll be 3-3.
To be honest, I think both managers will take that right now.
I'm waiting for Roy Keane to put his tactics in play. He did great at Sunderland, didn't he? No.
To be honest, his managerial career didn't start off too bad. I think he had.
Roy Keane, great people manager. Great people manager. Motivational, inspiring, supportive.
I'd love to see him in a dressing room with Pogba and Jesse Lingard.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I watched that clip of what Richards were watching when they were laughing when Villa stayed up and they were all dancing around in the dressing room. That was pretty funny.
His reaction was just priceless to it.
He needs to be a role model. Someone we should be. Shaw's clumsy. He's meant to be a role model. I'll never forgive him for Alfie Inge Haaland. He said he was going to end his career. He was going to maim him, and he did. And he confessed to all that. As a professional footballer, how can you then possibly put him on the TV? It'd be like getting Lance Armstrong to comment on the Tour de France.
Yeah,
I think that's also.
Howard Shipman to be the Lancet, or getting Fred West in to look after a kindergarten. What sort of role model is Roy Keane?
I don't think he was ever intentional.
Why is he on the telly?
He wanted to be a role model, did he? I don't think that was ever his intention.
He's a pillar.
I think he just wanted to win.
He's just a drama queen.
Yeah, I don't think he cares what people thought of him.
Even with the 2002 World Cup when he fired, the facilities weren't good enough. So he's had a few stops himself in his career.
Yeah.
I just think he's a drama queen. He just says dramatic things to earn some wages. Doesn't care what it is, just says some things. Tries to play the hard man. Yeah.
Having said that, Graham his vendetta against Paul Pogba. I don't think anyone has that much hatred for one guy the way he does for Pogba. So yeah.
He did win a few things. He did do all right as a manager, Graham Souness, though, didn't he? That's a bit of credibility.
Yeah, about 20 years ago. It was about 20 years ago. So.
I think he said some really intelligent things, Graham Souness. I like the way he dresses as well. He's a good stylish dude for an older guy. Yeah, he does dress nicely, but again, I wouldn't rate him as a pundit. No. Have you read him though? He writes really well. I'm not certain Roy Keane can write. Can he? Can he write? Graham's I don't know. Sunday Times every week. He's clearly an intelligent guy. Roy Keane probably just writes on the back of toilet doors, or or on tattoos or something like that. But I'm not certain he's like a highly skilled journalist.
Yeah, I've got to be honest.
Bruno just had a chance, a bit of a miss hit though. Really, he could have hit that better, straight into Edison's grasp.
Yeah, Souness. That isn't all for show, by the way. With the Pogba, I've worked at his house a couple of times in the last few months, and he has a real hatred for Pogba. I'll tell you that. Yeah,
I'm being very worried. We're heading into the red zone here. And this is a classic dodgy United penalty time now, isn't it?
United have scored a few late goals against City in the past as well, haven't we? So
I reckon Roy Keane's
the past would.
Roy Keane's whispered in the referee's earpiece on one side and said, I'm going to maim you outside the ground unless you give some dodgy pen away. And Alex Ferguson has then followed it up and said, I'll bung you 10 grand for a penalty.
But then on City's side, you got legends like Joey Barton and Richard Dunn, probably talking to the referees there. So, not too bad. Not too. Those City legends are not too bad. Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
you guys have come a long way.
It's interesting. I do look out for Fleetwood's results for Joey Barton, and I have this weird.
Joey Barton still plays? I didn't even know.
Joey Barton's at Fleetwood, yeah, and he is. I think he's an urban philosopher. Definitely, he's an urban philosopher. He's like a streetwise kind of, Mike Skinner from the streets. The kind of urban poet. I think Joey Barton is a man of the streets, an urban warrior. Roy Keane's just a bonus.
Yeah.
At least Joey Barton's still a manager in one of the divisions. Still won a few more games than Gary Neville.
Don't know about that.
What do I do at Fleetwood?
United should make a start.
Isn't it amazing of the Neville siblings? The one who was the best manager was the sister who and the netball team. No.
I don't know netball enough to know about that.
Yeah, this is probably a true comment coming in there.
Maybe Gary Neville should try his hand at that.
Come on, you Spurs. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if Spurs win the league.
I'd take Spurs win the league.
I'm precious about the Premier League. It's a sacrosanct place. Beautiful playing football teams should win the Premier League. Liverpool deserve to win it. City deserve to win it. To be fair to Ferguson in all those years, he deserved to win it. No manager since Don Revie has not deserved to win the league. Then Jose Mourinho at Spurs. If you're going to play that tactic, it's okay if you're Benitez at Newcastle, you need to stay in the Premier League, or Roy at Palace, etc. I get it. I totally get it. But it's no way to win the Premier League. I reckon if Glenn Hoddle was 25 years old, then Jose Mourinho wouldn't have him in the team.
No. Well, I've just had 2 minutes of added time, so I'm guessing this game's nearly over, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a minute.
Literally about 40 seconds left. 40 seconds left for me.
I'm just waiting on your reaction, mate. That's all I'm going on.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a United penalty still.
That's time.
The referee won't sleep tonight unless he's given a United penalty. I reckon his future is at stake now. He's looking for a penalty. I reckon Ferguson upped it to 100 grand and said, I'm going to bung you 100 grand if you give a pen now. The ref's thinking, I can pay you more.
20 seconds to go. Well, 10 seconds to go now.
The ref's 0-0. Looking for anything. He's going to pay you more if he gets even a sniff. Oh dear. Kevin, talking about wrong boots, Kevin De Bruyne hasn't been shooting boots or anything, has he?
It was literally a matter of 1 yard. If Rashford was outside, we would have got a nice 1-0 win there.
Roy Keane's
game set match 0-0.
Roy Keane's knuckle dusters on and his steel toe cap boots. He's waiting in the car park by that ref's car. Yeah. He is going to get such a kick in the referee for not giving a penalty or a dodgy United decision.
So is that final whistle gone?
Final whistle 0-0.
Yeah. Now you can stop laughing at me, Ian.
I've got to go out to dinner.
So Adam's prediction came right there.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm disappointed because obviously our game against Sheffield United midweek would have took us 2 points off top. That's disappointing, but You
I'd
know,
say-
given where City are, I'll probably take that.
Yeah. To be honest, right now I think it's a case of making sure I'd rather have a point than no points at all. So I think right now I'd take that. Considering obviously we're back in Europa League as well. Top
Yeah.
four, it's hard to say, but top four should be our realistic expectation right now. So I'd say I'd take that. It doesn't feel good saying that, having said where we were before, but we'll take the point.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, what do you think here? What do you think of that? Happy, disappointed, ecstatic, or
I don't imagine that Jurgen Klopp will be losing any sleep tonight. That's
No.
why
I do think Guardiola's starting to get a bit exposed this season, though. He's not as great as everyone thought he was.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with that. What I would bring it back to, though, is City had 4 or 5 really good chances. If they had a very sharp striker, the game would have been different in the first half.
yeah,
I mean,
I want to know at the end is Carrick
United.
giving Pep Guardiola loads of hugs or whatever. He should be down there trying to lace his boots. He's not even fit for that. I mean, get your hands off him, right? Yeah. Get down the
Nice feel the, nice feel the
What I do love seeing, though, is seeing Arsenal 15th in the league. That's something I can get used to seeing.
oh,
Definitely can get used to that. All these Arsenal fans piping up that we're back in Europa League. They won't even have European football next season. They may not even have Premier League football next season. So that is nice to see.
But isn't it sad that all 3 of us are pleased Arsenal are doing bad, so we might get 4th place? That's really bad.
I think you know, Arsenal fans, they're probably spoiled fans out there. I think it's just a bit of karma coming back out, really.
yeah.
Chat. I've got to go. I've got to go and do the dad. Take daughter out for dinner.
Yeah, no worries. We're probably
I've got a few errands to run as well. It was a pleasure, guys.
Yeah, we'll end the stream there. We're going to be back in about half an hour with some reaction with a couple of others. So make sure you tune in.
That's fine.
A message to Errol.
No worries.
Don't bother watching, mate. Go down go and have a couple of beers. It wasn't worth it. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Catch you later.
Cheers, chat.